It's time for Indian Wells, and the women's draw is looking very, very stacked. We've got all of the big players there. They call it the fifth slam. We have a different surface. It's going to be a little faster. And this is my instant draw reaction. Right, let's get straight into it. If you haven't already, please leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and go check out Ben's instant draw reaction he did last night for the men's. We're going to be doing draw previews for both the men's and women's, but they will come after the qualifying has finished. So qualifying is still happening. I still think we've got another 5 or 6 hours of that. So after all of it, we'll be doing a draw preview going round by round. But this is just an instant reaction. And what is your instant reaction to this photo? Because it is like paradise, I would say. Often people say it is the most beautiful tennis tournament in the world. Some people, of course, like Monte Carlo too. But there's no doubting what a lovely place to be playing tennis. Surely you'd have no excuses playing in these conditions. But just ask Daniel Medvedev, and there is always some. But he won't be complaining this year because we have faster courts and faster conditions. And that is something to take into consideration into this draw. So looking at the draw, I've not looked in full detail because I thought it would make more sense to save it for the video to give a more accurate reaction. But the number one seed on the women's is still Aryna Sabalenka. She's out there on top. She is the bookies' favourite as well. But I have a feeling she's not going to win this one. I don't want to give too much away. On the other half of the draw, we've got Iga as the number 2. We've got Coco Gauff in the draw. We've got Rybakina. We've got Pegula, who is now a top 4 seed, which I think is quite significant. And shout out to Jessica Pegula as well, because she, we know, comes from some money, and she paid for her own private jet to go out there, and she offered it to other players on the tour. And I believe, I forget the exact names of the players, but I think a few of the Chinese players, they took the opportunity, and it said it saved them so many times. I remember one of the players saying it saved her a 9-hour car journey. So shout out for Pegula. She didn't have to do that, and it is a very kind gesture and nice to see in 2025 when there's not so many kind gestures floating about. Let's go to some of the first rounds, and Morgado highlights some of the big ones. And this is not quite complete because we've just got Osaka here playing nobody. But let's just keep going for the next one. So we've got Stevens, Kenin, Raducanu, Uchiyama. And that is going to be at midnight, I believe, in the UK tomorrow. Parts Kalinskaya, Osaka, here's Osaka, Osorio, and Kvitova, Gracheva. And on other round 2, we've got Azarenka Zheng, Iga Garcia, and Anisimova Bencic. So that's just some of the first round matches as they come. Let's go next to the top half. So Sabalenka's section. My initial reaction looking at it was instantly Kessler. McCartney Kessler. We spoke about her the other day, me and Ben. She's having a fantastic year. She won a title at the start of the year. She was very good last year as well, won another title and a few ITFs. But coming into her own, and she's becoming a really tough American player to play in America with the crowd. I think that's going to be a very tough match for Sabalenka because I think she's going to beat Blinkova, and you could see Sabalenka tumble early. And that's why I don't feel like she's going to maybe win this event, because I think this is going to be a really tough matchup. Of course, the best version of Sabalenka beats Kessler quite easily. But it's not a nice opening round match for Sabalenka, who's not had any practice matches before this one. Of course, not playing any qualifying. And I think she's going to struggle with the conditions maybe, or getting used to them. Of course, they should suit her game a lot more. But getting used to it, it could get in her head. And she's a mental player, so I think it could be quite tough. You've also got my favourite player, my wild card of the year, Polina Kudermetova. What a great start she's had to the year. I must admit, I don't know what she's been doing since then. I know she's been putting together a few wins here and there, but I think she's so dangerous and someone you do not want to play. And it's pretty close there to Saba too. Moving down, Leylah Fernandez, a player I love. I think these conditions should suit her. I think she's a very versatile player. We know that it's not too different from the US Open, and that's where we saw her do some amazing things, getting all the way to that final. But this year is a big year for her to really cement herself as one of the top players and kick on, because she's been around this sort of level now in the rankings for the last 2 years. She's had a great start to 2025, pushing up slightly. But I want to see her go the extra gear and beat some big players. And that could be a Paulini. If we get that match, it could be quite close. And I'm torn because they're two players I really like. I've got them both in my top 10, I believe. So hopefully one can advance, at least that. And it's not going to be either Jovic, Ben's wild card, and the other Kudermetova, because that'll be a nightmare for my draw and also my top 10. Coco Gauff. Here she is. She lost to Kessler not too long ago, and she could be playing an Emma Raducanu in the second round. I think Emma will win her opening round, but against Coco Gauff, I do not see her doing very well at all. In America, I think it's going to be far too much, and she's not having a nice little introduction to this tournament. I think it could be a one win and then a see you later going home. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. It's not a great draw for Emma Raducanu, this one, at all. Sakkari is actually playing a slightly better, and it's not a slam. So in a slam, we know she always goes out opening round or second round. She's been a dreadful in Grand Slams. In Masters, she's been a little bit better. Maybe not the same pressure of a slam. And she's been putting some good results together here and there, but she's no world beater anymore. I think she's where she is in the rankings for a reason. And I think she's fortunate to be a seed for now, because that's going to be dependent on her only playing well. And I think over the course of a season, I think it'll even out where she's not playing as good as what she has been. So she'll probably drop out of them positions. But not a great draw for her anyway, having Coco Gauff so close. Snyder, not bad. And there's some over there. I like Snyder's chances. That could be some interesting matches. And Emma Navarro just won a tournament, double bageling Arango in the final. Crazy. When she gets going, she can be so good. And she, I reckon, is a good pick of a potential player to win this event alongside Madison Keys. And I think if they are to face each other, what would be round of 16, then I think that will be a very pivotal outcome. And whoever can come through that out of the two Americans has a really good shot to take the title. And that's the way I see it. I think if you want to put an outside bet on, I think Emma Navarro, Madison Keys are good value. And I'm actually, while I do that, I'm going to have a look at the value to see if I can find them, because the bookmakers here have Sabalenka as the favorite, then Iga, then Rybakina, then Coco Gauff, then Mirra Andreeva, then Madison Keys, then Pegula, then Anisimova. So she's not even on there, Emma Navarro. Let's see if she's on the next page. There we go. Emma Navarro just behind. We've got Mukova, then Navarro at plus 4,000. So brilliant odds for Emma Navarro. And I think it's possible if she can get through Keys. Of course, her draw's tough, having to play a Keys maybe in the round of 16. Let's go over to the other half of the draw now. And this is where we've got Iga and Rybakina on the same side of the draw. You've also got Mukova in there. Ons Jabeur, I don't really see causing too much damage. But Mukova certainly will cause damage. If she is fit, if she's feeling injury-free, and a free-flowing Mukova, she can beat Iga. And I think that's going to be a really good matchup. I would edge Iga purely because I think she's going to have a bit of a point to prove at the moment, because not many people have been talking about Iga these last few months. And I think getting ready for Roland Garros. She's coming into her favourite time of the year very soon. And we could see a good performance from Iga here. But great match if we are to get it, that one. Moving up, Noskova. We've got Qinwen Zheng, who, correct me if I'm wrong, I think she's been injured. I think Qinwen Zheng has been injured. I'm just going to verify that because I've not seen too much from her. Let's see. Yeah, so she played in Dubai, lost the opening round. Played in Doha, lost the opening round to Ons Jabeur. And that's all we've seen of her. So 2 losses since the loss at the Australian Open against Siegmund. It's not been a great year at all for the 22-year-old. She's not got going. I think she's struggling with a few injuries. She's not playing at her best. And I don't see her being much of a danger here in this tournament at all. So you'll be pleased if you're a Noskova who, on the flip side, had a really good start to the year, I would say. Moving up, Mirra Andreeva, tournament winner, her first WTA title this year. Clara Tauson, the best we've ever seen. She's peaked. This is her moment. She's looking good. She's a 22 seed now, the best she's ever been. And that is going to be a great match, a popcorn match. Clara Tauson, Mirra Andreeva, if, of course, we get it. They're the 2 big seeds. There's some players in here who may make a claim for that. Naomi Osaka is in this section with Camila Osorio. If she beats Camila, which I think she will, maybe, then it will be Clara Tauson, Naomi Osaka. That is a really good match and a horrible draw for Clara Tauson. Her draw is not nice at all. She's not been rewarded for being a 22 seed because then you've got an Andreeva here, you've got Kvitova. It's a horrible section. Not nice at all. And whoever can come out of there hopefully won't be too injured and battered down because there's a long tournament to go. You've got Rybakina at the top, Katie Bolter here. I don't think Katie Bolter will get close to Rybakina in these conditions. I think Rybakina will be too strong. And it's not really a great draw for Rybakina because I think she'll be all right until she gets to the round of 16. But then round of 16, that's where it's going to be super tough because it's going to be one of the players who got through here. But if they've played a lot of sets and had to play a lot of time on court, then Rybakina may be a lot fresher and can win that one. So, yeah, my assessment of this one is that it's not great for Iga because you've got Ostapenko, I've just realised, Pegula, the number 4 seed there. I think it's a well-balanced draw, personally, because I think you've got a very good mix between experience and youth on both sides, where in the past I've said that it's been a little bit lopsided. I see this being quite a close draw. And looking at it initially, I'm not sure who I think is going to win. So let's have a look at some of the routes for some of the players. And we're going to start with Jelena Rybakina. So she's got a bye, then either Balskova or Laymans, then Bolter, Lee or Begu. I think these ones are going to be fine for her. And then round 4 it starts. Andreeva, Tauson, Osaka, Kvitova. Quarterfinal of Pegula, Collins, Svitolina, Ostapenko. Semi-final of Iga, Zheng. It won't be Zheng. Mukova, Kostyuk, Badoza. Iga's going to be the one she really fears here, or Mukova. And a final of Sabalenka, Gauff, Keys, Paulini, Navarro, and Nisimova. So great to see the tennis letter, including Navarro. Someone who I think is good value for money right now. The next one I've got is Sabalenka's path. That is a bye. Kesler Blinkova, so horrible second round. Round 3 of Freck, Kalinina, Bronzetti. Kalinina is a bit tough, but winnable. Round 4 of Alexandrova or Haddad Maia. Quarterfinal, Paulini, Fernandez, Kasatkina, Samsonova. Semi-final of Gauff, Keys, and Nisimova, Navarro, Sakari, Vekic. And a final, so many on this one. Iga, Rybakina, Andreeva, Ostapenko, Svitolina, Collins. In there, in my opinion. Pegula, Mukova. I'm not going to include Badoza Zheng. I don't see him doing it. Although Badoza, did she win this event not too long ago? I remember covering it with Ben. It was the one that was out of season. She played. Who was it in the final? Oh, it was. The name's just gone from my head. It's so annoying. It's going to come as we're doing this episode. Don't worry. It's going to come to me. You're probably all saying it at home right now, but it will come to me in a second. Yeah, Emma Navarro, though, I do like her chances somehow. The last one I've got, who am I missing from the big three? It is Iga. So Iga has then Garcia or Pera, Jabeur, Yastremska, Mukova, Putinseva, Siniakova, quarterfinal of Zheng, Kostyuk, Badoza, or Noskova, and a semi-final of Rybakina, Pegula, Ostapenko, Andreeva, Svitolina, Collins, final of Sabalenka, Gauff, Navarro, Keys, Paulini, and Nisimova. So let me know in the comment section, who do you think has the tougher draw? Do you think that it's quite well balanced? Because it really does seem that way to me. I'm not sure, even after looking at all of this, who is going to win this event. I think it's very tight. You can make a case for probably 5 or 6 players. If I have to give my prediction, let me just look one more time at the Rybakina one, because before doing this, I must admit, I was going to go for Rybakina to win this event. Let me see if I've still got it up. Yeah, here it is. Do I think this is the winning one? I don't think I do, because of the round 4. I think it's too tough. I think this round 4 is not nice at all. And I think I'm going to stick with what I've been saying. I think I'm going to go for maybe the winner of Keys Navarro to win this event. I think it's going to be Madison Keys. I'm going to have Madison Keys winning this event. That is my instant draw reaction prediction. I'll be giving a proper one tomorrow or the other day, whenever the qualifiers are finished with Ben, once I go round by round. But my initial look at all of this, I think I'm tempted to have Madison Keys winning Indian Wells. Right, there we go. That is my thoughts on the women's draw. Let me know yours in the comment section below, and make sure to leave a like as well. Interested to hear what you guys have to say. I think it's an exciting tournament. All the big players are there. There's a lot at stake. It's a beautiful event. Hopefully the weather's nice, and hopefully the courts are laid perfectly and there's no excuses, and we get to see a really high-level competitive tennis event. It's certainly very open. I'm edging towards Madison Keys. Let me know in the comment section who you think, and I'll see you very soon for the draw preview.